Hi everybody, welcome back to Rambling Rose Farmhouse. I'm Missy and I'm happy to have you here today. So I showed you my new thrifted potting bench in a different video, and I told you then that I was going to oil it, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. So oil is a really good way to preserve wood and just protect it. You could also, seal it with some sort of sealer, but oil to me is easier to upkeep. So you can seal something when it starts wearing. It's easy just to put another coat of oil on it, where if it's sealer, you sometimes, like, you would have to sand that off and get that surface ready to where you could reseal it. So it's kind of a little bit more complicated. And so hemp oil is a really good oil to use to seal wood. This is Miss Mustard Seed's hemp oil, which is called milk oil, and it's not just made to use over a painted surface. You can use it on any, wood surface that's not sealed with a sealer, and you can use the hemp oil to seal that. It's also really good for food surface areas like cutting boards and things like that. But so I'm going to be sealing this potting bench, and you'll really be able to see how the oil absorbs into it and really brings the wood kind of back to life, gives it a much more vibrant look. Now I like to use just an old brush when I do my oiling, and then like a piece of an old t-shirt if I need to do any rubbing it off. If I have too much on this, I'll probably just let it sit and just really let it soak in for a while before I go back and take anything off. But it's easier for me to do it with a brush. Some people apply it with a rag, but I tend to like to apply it with a brush. So you can really see here how, dry, especially on the work surface area, how dry the wood is. Now I know that this wood right here is going to be getting, it's going to be getting dirt on it. It's going to be getting water on it when I'm watering plants. So that's why I feel like giving it a really good coat with oil will help. And like the shelf also, you can see how the shelf on the bottom is pretty dried out. Really all of the wood is. And so I'm just gonna get started with it and give it a little coat. We have wood countertops in our kitchen, so I also oil those, probably not as regularly as I should, but the oil works really good to make the wood just repel the water when you get spills and things on it. Look at the amazing difference in how this looks already. It's really sucking that oil in. You can tell where it's drying in some places already because it's sucked it in. It's going to make it look a lot better, but I mean, I'll be glad if it looks better, but I wasn't really doing it to make it look better. I was really doing it to protect the wood because I would like for, this thing to last for a while. So the oil shouldn't change the color of your wood, but it will darken it and bring out the color that it is. So just a few tips. If you use a brush to apply your oil, you probably will use more oil than if you just do it with a rag. But like I said, I find it easier and I like to do it this way. When I do my kitchen cabinet, my countertops, a lot of times, like I said, I'll take a piece of t-shirt and wipe over it, but I'm probably not going to do that with this. I'm probably going to let this sit overnight and really give this oil time to absorb, and then I will come back if I need to and wipe it. But you want to use a paintbrush that you can throw away because it will be ruined. It won't really recover from the oil. You can never get all of the oil out of it and use it to paint again. So keep that in mind and just buy you one of these cheap throwaway paint brushes. This is called a chip brush. And you can see it's drying very unevenly in places, but the wood is soaking that oil up pretty quickly. See how it's dry in a few places already, and then it's sitting on top in some places. You can find the Miss Mustard Seeds Milk Paint products in my online store at ramblingrosefarmhousemercantile.com. And I have some other things in there too, not just milk paint. But if you've never visited my store before, I would appreciate it if you would go check it out. And I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. So my potting bench is dry and it has been for a couple of weeks. I've been using it. You can see I have some plants over here, but I wanted to show you what the oil does for the wood. So if I pour some water on this wood, it just beads up. It doesn't absorb. So that's the oil protecting the wood and, you know, keeping it from getting messed up. So that's what an oil seal will do for your wood. So thank you for watching my video today. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you learned something about using oil to seal wood and how to go about applying it and all that sort of thing. I have all of the Miss Mustard Seeds Milk Paint products available in my online store, so if you are interested in any of those, I would appreciate it if you would give my store, check it out before you buy someplace else. And that is ramblingrosefarmhousemercantile.com. I'll also leave a link to it in the description box below. So again, thank you for being here today, and I hope to see you again next week.